Russia, a land of staggering scale and timeless mystery. Spanning over 17 million square kilometers, it is the largest country on our planet, stretching across 2 continents and 11 different time zones. To put that in perspective, while someone in the West is sitting down for breakfast in St. Petersburg, a person in the Far East might be watching the sunset over the Pacific Ocean. This is a place where history is written in the stones of ancient fortresses and the golden onion domes of grand cathedrals. From the icy reaches of the Siberian tundra to the sunny shores of the Black Sea, the sheer variety of landscapes is breathtaking. You can wander through imperial palaces that hold over 3 million works of art, or stand on the edge of the deepest lake in the world, which contains 20% of the Earth's unfrozen fresh water. Whether you are drawn by the haunting beauty of its winters, the vibrant energy of its modern cities, or the quiet charm of its rural villages, this country offers an experience unlike any other. Moscow is the heartbeat of the nation, a city where centuries of imperial history live alongside a fast-paced modern metropolis. Standing on the banks of the Moskva River, it is home to over 13 million people, making it the most populous city on the European continent. The epicenter of the city is Red Square, a vast plaza of red bricks that has witnessed some of the most significant events in world history. Bordering the square is the Kremlin, a historic fortified complex that serves as the official residence of the president. Its thick walls and 20 unique towers house ancient cathedrals and the famous Armory Chamber, which holds a glittering collection of royal treasures and imperial carriages. Just a short walk away, the colorful, swirling domes of St. Basil's Cathedral create a scene straight out of a fairy tale. For those who love the arts, the Bolshoi Theater offers world-class ballet and opera in a setting of gold and crimson opulence. Even the transportation here is a work of art. The Moscow Metro is often called an underground palace, with stations decorated with marble, chandeliers, and intricate mosaics. Often described as the Venice of the North, this city is a masterpiece of canals, bridges, and Baroque architecture. Founded by Peter the Great on the marshlands of the Neville River Delta, it served as the imperial capital for over 200 years. Today, it remains the cultural soul of the country, where the atmosphere of the 19th century still lingers in the salty sea air. The crowning jewel of the city is the Winter Palace, which houses the Hermitage Museum. Inside, you can explore over 400 rooms filled with masterpieces by Da Vinci, Rembrandt, and Michelangelo. The collection is so vast that if you spent just 1 minute looking at every exhibit, it would take you roughly 11 years to see everything. Walking down Nevsky Prospect, the main boulevard, you will pass by the Kazan Cathedral with its massive curved colonnade, and the Church of the Savior on Spilled Blood. Famous for its intricate mosaics that cover over 7,000 square meters of the interior walls.
As the literal and metaphorical center of the nation, this vast open space is perhaps the most iconic image in the entire world. The name does not actually come from the color of the bricks or a political movement, but from an old Russian word that meant both red and beautiful. Stepping onto these cobblestones feels like walking through the pages of a history book that spans over 500 years. On one side, the massive red walls of the Kremlin stretch for over 2,000 meters, housing the seat of power and ancient history. In the middle of the square stands the granite mausoleum of Vladimir Lenin, a somber monument that remains a significant site of pilgrimage for many. On the opposite side, the State Historical Museum rises with its dark red towers, holding artifacts that trace the story of the land from prehistoric times to the modern era. For those who love to shop or simply enjoy architecture, the GUM department store runs along the eastern edge. This 19th century building features a stunning glass roof and bridges that connect its 3 long halls. Even if you are not there to buy luxury goods, it is worth visiting for its famous Soviet-style ice cream or a view of the square through its massive windows. Standing as a massive triangular fortress in the very center of the capital, this historic complex is a city within a city. With walls that stretch for over 2,200 meters and reach heights of up to 19 meters, it has served as the residence of Grand Dukes, Tsars, and now the President. Its name literally translates to fortress inside a city, and for centuries, these red brick walls have protected the most precious secrets of the state. Inside the grounds, you will find Cathedral Square, where 4 magnificent gold-domed churches surround a central plaza. The oldest of these, the Assumption Cathedral, was the site where all the Russian Tsars were crowned. Just steps away stands the Ivan the Great Bell Tower, which was once the tallest structure in the entire country, rising over 80 meters into the sky. One of the most popular stops for visitors is the Armory Chamber, a treasure house containing over 4,000 items of priceless historical value. Here you can see the famous Fabergé eggs, jewel-encrusted crowns, and the ivory throne of Ivan the Terrible. Outside, the sheer scale of the objects is just as impressive. The Tsar cannon, which weighs nearly 40 metric tons, and the Tsar bell, the largest bell in the world at over 200 metric tons, stand as symbols of imperial ambition. Located at the southern end of Red Square,
This architectural marvel is perhaps the most recognizable building in the world. Built in the middle of the 16th century to celebrate a great military victory, it is a masterpiece of design that looks more like a confectionery dream than a traditional house of worship. Legend says that the architects were blinded after completing the project so that they could never create anything as beautiful ever again. The structure is made up of 9 separate chapels, each topped with its own unique onion dome. These domes are famous for their vibrant patterns and swirling colors, ranging from deep greens and blues to bright yellows and reds. Although it looks like a single building from the outside, the interior is a labyrinth of narrow, winding corridors and intimate prayer rooms decorated with centuries-old icons and delicate floral murals. Standing over 47 meters tall, the central tower anchors the surrounding chapels in a symmetrical layout that represents the religious and political unity of the era. Despite facing the threat of demolition during several points in history, the cathedral has survived fires, wars, and even the planning of modern city planners. Located in the heart of Siberia, this ancient wonder is known as the Pearl of Russia and is a place of superlatives. Formed over 25 million years ago, it is the oldest and deepest lake on our planet, reaching a staggering depth of over 1,600 meters. It contains roughly 20% of the world's surface fresh water, which is more than all 5 of the Great Lakes in North America combined. The water here is so incredibly clear that in some areas you can see objects up to 40 meters below the surface. This unique ecosystem is home to more than 3,000 species of plants and animals, and nearly 80% of them cannot be found anywhere else on Earth. The most famous resident is the Nerpa, the world's only species of freshwater seal, which can often be seen sunning itself on the rocky shores. In the winter, the lake transforms into a spectacular frozen desert. The ice becomes so thick, up to 2 meters in some places, that you can drive a heavy vehicle across it. The surface is famous for its mesmerizing patterns of deep cracks and frozen bubbles of methane that look like strings of pearls trapped in glass. Located on the edge of the Pacific Ocean in the Russian Far East, this wild and rugged land is one of the most volcanic regions on our planet. It is a place where nature remains in its rawest form, shaped by the powerful forces of fire and ice. Stretching over 1,200 kilometers, the peninsula is home to more than 300 volcanoes, and roughly 29 of them are still active today. The most famous of these is Kluyevskaya Sopka, the highest active volcano in Eurasia, which rises over 4,700 meters into the sky.
Another must-see is the Valley of Geysers, a hidden canyon that contains the second largest concentration of geysers in the world. Here, the Earth literally breathes, with over 20 large geysers and hundreds of boiling mud pots sending plumes of steam high into the crisp mountain air. This is also a sanctuary for wildlife, particularly the famous brown bears. It is estimated that over 20,000 of these massive creatures roam the territory, and during the salmon spawning season, you can often see dozens of them gathering at Kuril Lake to fish in the crystal clear waters. Situated at the meeting point of the Volga and Kazanka rivers, this 1,000-year-old city is often called the third capital of the nation. It is a unique place where East meets West and where Christian and Muslim traditions have lived side by side in harmony for centuries. This blend of cultures is visible in everything from the architecture to the delicious local cuisine. The most famous landmark is the Kazan Kremlin, a massive white stone fortress that is recognized as a World Heritage Site. Within its walls, you will find a site that perfectly represents the spirit of the city. The colorful turquoise-domed Kul Sharif Mosque, one of the largest in Europe, stands just a short distance from the historic Annunciation Cathedral. The sight of a minaret and a bell tower sharing the same skyline is truly remarkable. Another architectural wonder is the leaning Soyambika Tower. Legend says that a beautiful princess threw herself from the top to avoid a marriage she did not want. Though today, it serves as a proud symbol of the city's history. Stretching along the sun-drenched shores of the Black Sea, this city is often called the summer capital of the nation. It is a place of incredible contrasts, where you can spend your mornings swimming in subtropical waters and your afternoons skiing on snow-capped mountain peaks. Because of its unique geography, it holds the title of the longest city in Europe, winding for nearly 150 kilometers along the coastline. The city gained global fame when it hosted the 2014 Winter Olympics, leaving behind a legacy of world-class infrastructure. At the Olympic Park, you can walk among the massive stadiums and watch the stunning singing fountains, which perform a daily light and music show that reaches heights of up to 70 meters. For those who love nature, the Sochi Arboretum is a must-visit, featuring more than 1,800 species of exotic plants and trees from all over the world. You can take a cable car to the top of the park for a panoramic view of the sea meeting the mountains.
Perched on the edge of the Pacific Ocean, this vibrant port city is known as the San Francisco of the East. Located over 9,000 kilometers away from the capital, it serves as the final stop on the legendary Trans-Siberian Railway, the longest train journey in the world. For many years, this was a closed city, but today it is a gateway to Asia, where Russian culture meets the energy of the Pacific Rim. The most striking feature of the skyline is the Golden Bridge, a massive cable-stayed structure that spans over 2,000 meters across the Golden Horn Bay. Its giant V-shaped pillars have become a symbol of the city's modern ambition. For a classic view, you can take a ride on the historic funicular, which has been climbing the steep hills of the city for over 60 years, leading you to an observation deck with a panoramic view of the harbor and the surrounding islands. Just across the water lies Rusky Island, which is connected to the mainland by the world's longest cable-stayed bridge, stretching over 3,000 meters. Once a restricted military zone, the island is now home to a massive aquarium and beautiful coastal hiking trails where you can find hidden shipwrecks and abandoned fortresses. Located on the shores of the Baltic Sea, this unique region is a Russian exclave completely surrounded by European nations. Formerly known as the German city of Königsberg, it is a place where Prussian history and Soviet architecture blend into a one-of-a-kind atmosphere. Because it is separated from the rest of the country by hundreds of kilometers, it has developed a character that feels both familiar and refreshingly different. The heart of the city is Kant Island, named after the famous philosopher Immanuel Kant, who was born and buried here. The massive brick walls of the Königsberg Cathedral dominate the island, serving as a reminder of the city's 14th century origins. Today, the cathedral is a cultural center where you can listen to powerful organ concerts in a hall with world-class acoustics. Nearby, the fishing village offers a picturesque riverside walk lined with buildings reconstructed in the medieval German style, complete with cozy cafes and a lighthouse that provides a bird's-eye view of the river. As the amber capital of the world, the region contains more than 90% of the Earth's known reserves of this precious fossilized resin. Known as the capital of the Ural Mountains, this city sits at the literal crossroads of two continents. It is a place of deep historical significance and modern industrial power, located exactly where Europe ends and Asia begins. For many travelers, it is a major stop on the Trans-Siberian Railway, offering a blend of tragic royal history and a vibrant, growing art scene. The most famous landmark is the Church on the Blood, a grand structure built in the early 2000s. It stands on the exact spot where the last Russian Tsar, Nicholas II, and his family were executed in 1918. The lower level of the church contains a museum and a reconstructed room that marks the site of the original basement, creating a somber and powerful atmosphere for those who visit to pay their respects. Just a short drive from the city center, you can visit the Europe-Asia Border Monument. Here, a white line is painted across the ground, allowing you to stand with one foot in each continent at the same time. It is a popular tradition for visitors to make a wish while straddling this geographic divide. For a different perspective, you can head to the Vysotsky skyscraper, which rises over 188 meters. From the observation deck on the 52nd floor, you can see for 25 kilometers in every direction, taking in the vast landscape of the Urals. Stretching along the western bank of the mighty Volga River, this city is a testament to human resilience and courage. Known worldwide for its previous name, Stalingrad, it was the site of one of the most pivotal and bloodiest battles in human history. Today, it has been reborn as a vibrant modern center, yet it remains a living memorial to the events that changed the course of the world. The city is dominated by Mamayev Kurgan, a massive hilltop memorial complex. At its summit stands the breathtaking statue known as the Motherland Calls. This colossal figure of a woman with a raised sword is one of the tallest statues in the world, rising 85 meters into the sky. To reach the foot of the monument, visitors climb exactly 200 stone steps, symbolizing the 200 days of the fierce battle that took place here. Nearby, you can find the ruins of the Gerhardt Mill, a brick building left in its destroyed state as a silent witness to the intensity of the fighting. Just across the street is the famous Pavlov's house, an ordinary apartment building that was turned into an impenetrable fortress. A small group of soldiers held this position for 58 days against constant attacks. And it became a global symbol of the city's refusal to surrender. Often called the soul of Siberia, this city is one of the most popular stops for travelers on the legendary Trans-Siberian Railway. Founded over 360 years ago as a humble Cossack outpost, it grew into a wealthy center of trade and culture, earning the nickname of the Paris of Siberia. It is a place where the charm of traditional wooden architecture lives alongside the energy of a modern university town. A highlight for any visitor is the 130th quarter, a specially restored historical zone. Here, you can wander past dozens of beautiful wooden houses decorated with intricate lace-like carvings and shutters. At the entrance to this district stands the statue of the Bar, a mythical creature that is the official symbol of the city. This bronze monument depicts a fierce beast that looks like a mix between a tiger and a beaver, holding a sable in its teeth to represent the region's rich history in the fur trade. The city is also home to some of the most striking churches in Siberia. The Kazan Church looks like something out of a fairy tale, with its bright red brick walls and turquoise domes.